up? It's your boy Super Mario 1990 coming at you with a PlayStation 5 unboxing. Finally got this big old thing, man. They say the box is like 13, 14 pounds, which obviously most of it is the console taking up space. Now, I got this for $5.10 actually. I think that sale's going on until April 15th, which is nice. So this is the disc edition console, so it comes with the disc drive. And it comes with a free copy of God of War Ragnarok and the DualSense right here, one white DualSense. So it's usually $560, and then if you just get like the disc edition console by itself, you know, with just the controller and no game, that's $500. And so right now this is $510, so you're paying $10 extra to get a free game, which is really nice. What does piss me off though is that it's the digital voucher. So it's a digital edition. It's not the actual game that comes, you know, the disc, and you know, you get like the standard edition box. They're doing, I don't know why they keep doing this to us. First of all, this is the disc edition console. Why wouldn't you give me an actual disc? Like, obviously it makes sense if it was the digital edition and then you give me a digital game. Well, yeah, because if I get a disc with the digital, where's that gonna go? That makes sense. But I don't know why they keep punishing us old school gamers who like the actual disc and who like our hard copies, we like collecting. I even knew that God of War Ragnarok, like the higher tier editions, they were selling for like what, like $250, $200, when all those crazy prices, right? But they were coming with steelbook cases with no disc, just a voucher, and I was like, okay, why? How you gonna come with a steelbook case with no disc? That was pissing me off. They've been doing that since Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know what they keep doing to us old school people. And some people was even saying that they got their, you know, collector's editions and all this and that, and they wasn't getting the vouchers like they were supposed to. They had everything but the voucher. They're like, bro, first of all, I already don't get no disc, and then y'all forgot to put the voucher in the thing, so I bought all of this and didn't get the actual game. I got everything else. It's just crazy. It kind of just makes me not even want to get them editions no more, because it's a lot of buffoonery going on. But anyway, we just gonna get into this unboxing. I'm gonna show y'all the box here. It's pretty standard on the outside. I do know they've been talking about like ergonomics, and Sony's really packaging things. They're like really taking care to do so. I think it's like a lot of like environmental things that they're doing, which is nice, which is cool. So we gonna open this baby up and see what comes inside. Actually, let me read to you what comes inside. Well, let's just kind of read off. So it says, play like never before, lightning speed, harness the power of a custom CPU and SSD with integrated I/O that rewrite the rules of what a PlayStation console can do, breathtaking immersion, discover a deeper gaming experience with support for haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio technology, stunning games, marvel at incredible graphics and experience new PS5 features, play a back catalog of supported PS4 games with system update. And then it's giving me kind of information for God of War Ragnarok. There's one player, 91 gigs, all this and that. And then too, it says contents. So what you get with it, you get the PlayStation 5 console, you get the wireless controller, which is the DualSense, you get the base, which is kind of like the holder. I'll show you what that is. It kind of holds it in place whether you're playing vertical or horizontal. HDMI cable, which I think should be a 2.1 because obviously this is 4K. AC power cord, USB cable to recharge the DualSense, and then it says printed materials. It says Astral's Playroom pre-installed game, and then God of War Ragnarok voucher. Got this. You got the little thing they help you carry it. So it looks like what's sealing it is this little piece of tape right here. So we'll just cut that off. Got my handy dandy box cutter. It's a little overkill, but I like it because it's just a nice quick slice, really quick. Now we're done with that. Okay. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Ooh, this is kind of thick. So you get two different sets of directions, which is nice. This and this, they're pretty thick. Way thicker than I expected. Usually get like 1 or 3 pages and it's like whatever. I'm pretty sure it's like several different languages though. I think this is the DualSense, I feel it. it does not feel as heavy as I thought it would, or as, you know, wide as I thought it would. When they like announced it. I've actually had my hand on a DualSense before, because this year I was finally seeing these systems on display at a Walmart that I live close to, and I'm like, oh, so they actually do exist. These PS5s are real. And then I was like putting my hand on the controller. Of course, though, the system didn't work or whatever. Like, you couldn't actually like play. I just put my hands on it just to kind of get a feel for it. Like, the ergonomics and everything actually feels pretty nice, and it's still kind of, I feel like it is more so in line with DualShock 4 and, well, yeah, pretty much DualShock 4, because they're the first ones that did the touchpad. So I'm like, it's pretty much still in line. It kind of feels the same. It's just, it has new features now. Of course, it's got a new look. But I'm like, as far as the feel and getting my hands on it, pressing the buttons, going across it, it still kind of feels the same as last gen. I do feel like the material is a little softer and slicker. It's a little nice. So it actually kind of feels better in my hand as opposed to that. But I haven't tried out any of the new like haptic features or this and that, because like I said, that display, it just, like, the system was like, it had a main menu that was like it. You couldn't like play games or anything. So I was just kind of just fiddling around with it. I'm like, okay, I feel it. I like how it feels, like the ergonomics. Here's your AC cable to plug it up. So this is the base, it looks like. Yeah, this is the base. So even if you're playing horizontal or vertical, I've seen videos, I thought it was just for vertical. If you just like to have it like fancy, it kind of like helps keep it in place. So it's like pretty much mandatory that you put it on no matter how you play your system. I'm pretty much going to do horizontal, I'm feeling like, because that thing is already fit. It's why it's taking up a lot of space. So it's your HDMI, which is thicker than what I'm used to, so I'm pretty sure this is just 2.1. I mean, it still plugs into other HDMI ports, but to get that real 4K look, which I can't get because I need a new TV, which I'm probably going to get, you know, in a few months or something to match with my PS5, but this is what you get here. And then here's the USB. It's a little short. I hate when they leave the short stuff. Like, yeah. And you can still kind of plug and play, but I feel like you got to be all up on the console. Get into it. This is the console. There's more printed material kind of stuff. Oh no, this is okay, this is the voucher. So there it is. It does have a code in the back. I ain't showing you that. So that's my free game. I don't want to open the bottom of the box. I just want to get this out. Here we go. Section coming out. Oh, look. It's got the PlayStation logo. Let's put that baby down. But look at this. Now let's pull it out. This baby is thick, like I told you. And so I had these on either side. Ooh. It's upside down. Okay, but turn around. Ooh. Look at the flying saucer, look at that. It's nice, it's clean, you know, it's white. Well, I gotta be white though. I'm definitely getting the faceplate, but it's really nice. It do kind of got that old like 90s kind of Macintosh computer kind of look to it. It's just so plain, like, you know, color wise. I'm big on like colors. I like vibrant colors, so I'm definitely getting a faceplate. I want the Cosmic Red. That's what I'm thinking about getting. And I'm thinking about getting like the Cosmic Red DualSense controller and letting that kind of be my primary. I'll get by with the other one, but I'll like wait till like Days of Play, because if they have them Days of Play this year, you know, late May, early June, they be putting the prices down, especially like on the accessories and stuff. So I'm like, get some stuff for cheap. That'd be nice. Get a Cosmic Red. I was thinking about the blue one, but this was my PS4. I had the Nate Drake edition. So I'm like, if I get the blue one, it's gonna look a little close to this. I've had a blue before, so like, let's do red this time. That Cosmic Red looked nice, nice little maroon reddish kind of thing. Kind of like my robe back here, almost. But yeah, there you have it. You got the PS5 console. It's thick. Let me just see what it's gonna look like in its new place. I'm definitely gonna have to find out how to give it some room, you know, for the airflow and things like that. But it is definitely not gonna be vertical. I don't know if you can see that, but that's how much room it's taking up. Now it doesn't have the base, so it's wobbling a little bit. I'll figure out how to put that on my own time, but let's just move over here. Not a lot of space. But it's, I mean, honestly, it's not taking up as much room as I thought it would. Maybe my stand is a little wide on top than I thought, but still, it's a hefty thing. It's very thick. It's tall. It's tall and thick, and it's heavy. That thing, you can do some good strength resistance with that thing. But yeah, it's like a fat baby. But yeah, it's nice though. And so you have your ports. You got ports in the back too. Then you got the disc under here. I'm gonna have to get used to that. I'm not used to a disc just being so low. And you know this is the right way because you got the PlayStation logo here. So it's not like, oh, maybe it's flipped this way. Nah, doesn't it look better like that? Honestly, to me, it looks better on top, but it's just weird positions. I gotta pretty much I definitely have to get used to this. So you got this, and then on the back, there's supposed to be a couple of USB ports here too. You're supposed to have 4 ports total, which is nice. I don't know what PS4 was doing. I had to get a whole USB hub to add extra spots. So it's kind of like, I need more spots than this, and then external hard drive because I don't really like to delete stuff. I kind of keep it because I don't know when I'll go back, which is going to be a problem with this guy. Because 825 gigs. It's nice that I can plug and play my old PS4 because I got backlogged like a mother. But the PS5 stuff, you can't plug and play, you can only store, which is still nice. I just got to get a new external drive to store PS5 games when I'm done with them, or you know, just want to move them because I got to make space for something new. And I play sports a lot, which is tough because you really got to manage room. When you play sports, you can't take sports on and off. You don't want to delete and re-download sports often. It's just you're done with the sport game when the next year come out, if you get the next year. And if you don't get the next year, you still want to play that sport. Like if I skip a year playing 2K, I'm still going to play the older 2K from time to time. I don't see myself deleting it because I might want to play a basketball game the next day. So it's kind of like, I don't want to sit up here and wait no hour to download the thing. It's a lot. They're not giving you a lot of space. But I can't wait to get into the quick loading times. I got dual entitlement, which is nice. I got like some dual entitlement titles, so like Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, that'll be really good to play. I've played a little bit, but it's like, it take like 10 minutes just to load up the screen and then get to the game. So it'll be nice to just be like, plug it in, pop it in here, boom, get right to it. I can continue from where I left off, raiding villages, whatever I'm doing. So I can't wait to get into that. I'm looking forward to that. Another thing is consolidation. I don't know how many games are taking advantage of it, but it's nice to have it where I can kind of like curate my storage. I can kind of have certain modes and games that I want and then complete other things. I think Call of Duty is like the biggest game that's doing it. Like if you just play for the campaign like me and you're not really into multiplayer all like that, you can delete that section and just do campaign. And that way Call of Duty's not sitting up there taking up 150 gigabytes, but all I want to do is play this 60 gigabyte campaign. That's really nice. I hope a lot of other games are doing something like that, because I'm not really deep into multiplayer all like that. I just like single player experiences, playing out the story, having fun, peaceful vibes, and then boom, head on to the next. That's kind of my thing. But it's really nice having premium too, because now I got access to PS5 games that I was looking at and was like, that look cool, I want to play that, but I wouldn't spend no money on that. Like Deathloop and Returnal, those are like gonna be like the top games I'm gonna like really check out really quick, really first, because those are ones I was like, they look cool, but I wouldn't like pay for that, I wouldn't own that. So it's nice to actually have access to that. So that's what I'll be doing. Definitely gonna be playing God of War Ragnarok. The only thing is, I wasn't big on God of War. I just got into the first one, not the very first one, but the one before this, because it's like a, I don't know, what do you call it, reboot? I don't know what they're doing, but it's like, I have heard of the God of War series, I just wasn't big on it. And I had like a roommate, this is a long time ago, years ago, and he pulled out a PS2. This was during like the PS3 360 era, but he pulled out his PS2. He was playing one of the early God of Wars. I don't know if it was 1 or 2, whichever one it was, and I was like watching him play. It's like, I've always heard about the series, but I'm like, I was watching him play, and I was like, oh yeah, it looked alright, but it had that, you know, that over-the-top kind of camera angle, and I was like, that's a little too outdated for me. Like, I mean, I'm familiar with the camera angle, and I respect it, I like it. I've played a lot of games on that, but it's kind of like familiarity and things that you like really like I can go back to an old Metal Gear Solid title and play that just fine, but that's just familiarity. That's just what I grew up with. It's nostalgia. I'm like, I can't really jump into something new I don't know about all like that. And that's how they play. Like, I just like watched him play, and it was just like, I mean, it seemed like it was alright, but I didn't like really get in on the series. And so then when they did the PS4 version, I'm like, it do look kind of dope, but it was like one of them things where it's like, I wouldn't spend my money on that. And just knowing that it's an existing franchise, well, I didn't get on it at day one, so I'm like, a lot of it's gonna go over my head. I ain't gonna really know what's going on. So, and then Essential gave it away for free, and I was like, okay, cool. I get to actually play it, try it out, and loving it. I feel like I'm like halfway, so I gotta like beat it first before I get into this one. But it's actually pretty dope. It's actually pretty fun. But there's a lot of things going on in there where it's like they'll talk about something from the past, and I'm like, I got really like no context. But I did play the Ragnarok trial because I'm like, it's the trial, it's available even on PS4. And I was liking what I was seeing. I was loving it, liking what I was seeing and hearing. So I'm like, I can't wait to get into it. I just got to beat God of War first, and then I can continue. But I can't wait to do that. I'm glad I finally got this thing. I can't wait to have some fun with it. It's going to be nice. And so yeah, man, tell me if you're looking forward to getting the PS5, or if you already have it, what games you're looking forward to, what games you really liking, because I need suggestions too, you know, what to play next. I do got like a little small collection of, you know, dual entitlement PS5 games, so it'll be nice to kind of play the more superior version of those, so we'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, the game that I'm really looking forward to in the future, Spider-Man 2, obviously. Hoping that's coming later this year. They really didn't speak much about it. Can't wait for it. There's a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake rumor that hasn't been confirmed. I hope that's a real thing, because Metal Gear Solid is like my favorite thing in the world, my favorite franchise. But we'll see about that. But for what I know that's coming up, Spider-Man 2, that should be dope. Love the first one. Love the Miles Morales' version. So it was nice because you're gonna have Peter and Miles in the same game, which is gonna be tight. Because, I mean, with Peter's version, you kind of had, you know, the characters, they had like their little stealth sections. But then when Miles had his own, I was like, oh, he ready. So now they're going to both be in it together? I can't wait for it. But yeah, man, this your boy Super Mario 1990. This the PS5. And like I said, what you get with this edition, get your God of War Ragnarok voucher. Even though you get the disc system, you get the voucher, not the disc. Like I said, that still pisses me off, but you got the base to keep the system intact, keep it from wobbling around, and that's vertically and horizontal. So it's like well, they say it's optional to have the base on, but like you saw it wobble earlier. I'm not cool with that, and I put it like kind of on the edge, so I'm gonna put that base on, keep it more intact, keep it more tight, keep it stable. But yeah, got this right here. That's the USB cable to charge the DualSense. You got the HDMI, and you got the AC adapter, and then you got this sexy thing right here. I can't wait to see how this feels in an actual game. Games that actually like utilize the features that this thing is boasting, the haptic feedback and all of that, and the triggers. But yeah, man, it's your boy Super Mario 1990. I'm out. Peace in.